Hey y'all. So I'm Tish. Welcome to my channel, and I want to tell you a little bit about me because everybody has a channel. Everybody's channel is different. It's one of the things that I love about YouTube. But my channel is not teaching anything per se, but what I would like to provide is an experience. So I'm going to start off with telling you my gifting and why I decided to do a channel. So, my gifting lies in I talk to people. And I've been like this my entire life. People who I don't know from Adam, people I meet at Walmart, people I meet at the grocery store, people I meet at Target, people I meet in parking lots come up to me and tell me their entire life story, or tell me something that's going on with them that is of a very delicate nature at the moment. And they just speak to me and I listen. Sometimes all I do is listen, sometimes I counsel and listen, but I connect with, I would like to say, a very large amount of people every month. And so I really felt like there needed to be a channel out there where people can relate to different things that go on in my life. A channel where I can tell my stories that I've experienced that will hopefully help other people out there. And a channel where people can comment and talk to each other, because right now we're living in a very unique time. We're living in a time where when people leave their house, they generally go out to perform a errand or a task, but they don't really interact. And I find that even people who have supposedly a lot of friends, and let me tell you, there are a lot of women out there who do not have any friends. But even people that have a lot of friends really don't relate a lot of times to them what's really going on with them in their personal lives. We also live in a unique time in the sense that you have all these people posting on social media, and they're posting their wonderful lives and their wonderful homes and all these other things, but many of these things are not real life. Yes, they may live in a beautiful home, but their life is barren, it's empty in some sort of way. Or they're putting forth this amazing Instagram lifestyle that they really don't live. There are a lot of tricks to making yourself look glamorous and your life look glamorous on Instagram, but that's not really the life that they live. And I'm finding, and I have found, that there are a lot of lonely, lonely, lonely people out there. A lot of people who are on the edge, a lot of people who are feeling desperate, a lot of people who are depressed. And so, my hope is that this channel, in the stories that I will relate to you and the interactions that we will have, that you will be able to find something in my stories in yourself that you can relate to and hopefully find joy in, or find hope in, or find encouragement in. So, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself to get started. For our first video, um, my name is Tish Tillis, and I am a 48-year-old housewife. I have worn many hats in life, many, many hats, done many, many things, had many, many experiences. Um, and I will get into some of those later. But right now, the main phase that I'm going through is I have 5 children. I'm married to my husband's name is John. I have 5 children, and I should say we have 5 children because I didn't have them all by myself. We have 5 children, and 3 of my children are adults, and I have 2 still at home. I have one of my adult children is, I like to call her transitioning from between home and not at home. Um, but one of the things I went through recently, and I don't want you to tune out here because you might say, oh, well, that's not where I am in my life, or I haven't experienced that yet, so there's nothing we could have in common. Because trust me, everything in life is cyclical, and you can find something in what I'm going through and probably what you're going through if you are a parent to a child. Um, I recently went through a really rough patch in my life for about 4 years where I struggled with severe depression, and I also struggled with my 3 children leaving the home. Now, I have been primarily a homeschooler for the past 20 years, 20 plus years, and I'm very involved in my children's lives, obviously, with them primarily, for the most part, being at home with me and being involved in their day to day. And when that happens, your whole life, so you go through this whole period of your life where you are a mom, and that is your only title. You don't care really about yourself or what you're wearing or your social activities. You are completely involved and devoted to your kids. And then when a large group of your children leave, all of a sudden you have this sense, and I think that most moms go through this and struggle with this, of all of a sudden, who am I? Who am I? Do I have an identity outside of my children? Um, that combined with I went through like a midlife crisis, and um, part of that was, oh my gosh, I don't know who I am. Like, I don't know who I am. I have this person that I used to be when I was younger, and I did all these things, and I was involved in all these things. But now, like, who am I? Now, that's not to say, well, my children, we have had amazing adventures. I've been so blessed. We have been able to vacation annually, sometimes biannually, and have gone on amazing adventures and had all these experiences. So that's not to say that my past 20 years were not full, because they were very full. But I did find myself recently coming to a point where I felt like I need to find out who I am, what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Am I going to curl up and die because some of my children left the home? Or am I going to rediscover myself? And that was really a scary proposition. Like, I'm going to rediscover, like, what am I going to do? But here are some things about me that are really important. I am autistic, and obviously, I'm high functioning. Um, I suffer from pretty severe ADHD. And so, what all that means is that the autism aspect, I'm very quirky, and there's a range of things that go along with that. But on the ADHD spectrum, I tend to be very, very driven and focused on whatever I'm doing, but I have a hard time finishing anything. And so I am one of those people who's done pretty extraordinary things, but only for a short period of time in life. And so I'm working on consistency. And so that's one of the things that I plan to be working on with this channel, being consistent with my posts and coming up with good content. And it won't always be me storytelling, although there will be a lot of me storytelling, but it won't always be me storytelling. You guys will be going places with me and doing things with me. So, you can look forward to that. Um, but I do really want to deal with just a lot of day to day stuff because I really feel like there's so many people out there that need to connect, and they need to connect badly, and they need to connect now. For example, just give you a for example, I started a women's group in my local area because I've just moved recently. I lived, 15 years in one part of Texas, and I moved to a different part of Texas. And so I don't know anybody at all where I moved to except for one person. Um, and so I thought, gosh, I need to meet people. And how am I going to meet people? And the area I came from, everybody was kind of a stay at home mom. And, we had our groups and we had our co ops and we had, that kind of interaction. And that was comfortable. But where I am now, the women here in this area are primarily working women. And so, if you're not working, it's really hard to meet people. But so I thought, you know what? I came here and I joined a bunch of groups and I was excited for meetups and that kind of thing. And then it was like meetup once every 3 months. Or, oh, little Susie got a cold and we can't meet up. And there just wasn't really a lot of social interaction. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a social group. And we're going to meet once a week. And I'm going to see if there's any other women out there who are feeling like I am. And I could not believe the response. There were so many women out here where I just moved to that were the same exact situation. And these were women, a lot of them who've lived here for quite a while. And they're just like, we don't have any friends, or we only know a couple of people. And we're desperate for outside interaction. And I, on my form to join the group, I asked a couple questions. Like, one was, why are you interested in joining this group? And the primary response that everybody gave was, we desperately need friends. We need someone we can talk to, someone we can cry with, someone we can talk, I just said talk to, but interact with and help us go through what we're going through. So, in the Bible it says there's no experience that is uncommon to man that can happen to you. So, whatever it is that you are going through, I always like to say the devil likes you to feel isolated, like you're the only one going through what you're going through, because that will keep you alone and it will keep you down and depressed. But trust me when I say, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, whatever it is that you're going through, you are not the first one to go through it, and you are not the last one who will go through it, and you are not alone in what you're going through out there. So stay encouraged, stay connected, and I hope that this channel will help you do both. And we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.